And thanks for joining me. I want to talk about something kind of crazy. I want to talk about what absolutely selfish. Before I do, what do you think of my Nirvana shirt? Repping the old school today, man. Giving away my age though when I talk about that. So anyway, I want to talk about what makes me selfish. There was something that I've learned through my recovery from our addicts, and that is, well, actually, I learned this from a doctor, Dr. Gabor Mate, that studied. He's an expert in the area, and two of the things that are primary contributors to addiction are genetic predisposition and childhood trauma. And so that's one of the things that really blows me away about the way that we treat addiction as a society, by imposing more trauma on those who are already suffering. But that's the society that we've allowed to develop. So what I've learned through my growth is that as we help other people heal, we also heal ourselves. And so I took on this project. There's a young man here in the town that I live. His name's Leroy Barlow. Young guy. I don't think he's more than 30 years old. I've actually never met the man myself, but he suffered an aneurysm. He was outside. He fell down in the snow because of the aneurysm, and not only died because of the aneurysm, but then hypothermia began to set in. And this poor dude, his life was turned upside down. He's been in the hospital for weeks, learning how to talk, learning how to walk again. And it really affected me because I started to think, like, man, that could have been me. That could have been you. That could have been anybody. And so here comes Dave. I wanted to do something for the family and to help him, So what I came up with is I thought, well, hell, let's have an old school live telethon, just like Jerry Lewis used to do. And, we'll bring in some entertainment, we'll auction off some art, and do what we can, to help this guy get back on his feet, because he's got a long road. He's got a long road ahead of him. And so me, fearless Dave, I go out and I just put it out to the world, created this event online, and without even having entertainment set up. I didn't have a venue set up, nothing set up. And I couldn't sleep at all last night because of the anxiety that I was feeling about, man, what if this fails? What if we don't raise a single dollar? What if like 2 people watch the feed? It's there's so much uncertainty inside me and fear that I'm going to fail and not get results that I'm hoping for this family. So I started putting it out to the world. I started reaching out to, there's a local event center here in town. It's perfect. They've got a stage, they've got a PA system. And she reached out to me this morning. It makes me a little emotional. She reached out to me this morning, and she's going to let us use her event center to host this telethon. I've already had people reaching out to me to donate items for this, to auction off for the family, and now I'm working on getting some entertainment going. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional about this, but having this opportunity to help this family heal is so healing for me that it just drives me, just keeps me going, and seeing these other people jump on board with this project is really, really cool. So like I said, I've never even met the guy. I just see how much he means to so many other people that I couldn't help myself. I had to take on this project, and so I know a lot of people out there are suffering. They've got their own traumas that they are dealing with. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this experience and seeing other people jump on board and want to help this kid, there's a lot of healing going on in so many ways. And, last night when I was dealing with this self-doubt, with this fear of failure, because, I talk about all the lessons and how we should embrace failure. But it doesn't mean that when we take on projects like this, especially when we put ourselves out to the world like this, I'm putting a lot of on the line, and it could potentially, maybe nobody watches, maybe nobody comes to the event. There's a ton of variables and a lot of pressure. But I started to think about this is one of the things I like to do is put myself in worst case scenario. And so I started thinking to myself, what's the worst thing that can happen? Maybe we only raise a couple of $100. Maybe we don't find the entertainment. There's a lot of variables that, maybe I don't get the result that I'm hoping for, and raising a bunch of money for this guy's medical bills. But what we are going to do, we're going to show this kid how important he is to so many people. This show of support is going to make him feel so good. It's going to motivate him. And seeing this outpour of love, the community coming together to help show this guy how much he's loved, I know that that's going to have such an impact on his mindset, on his recovery. And so even if we don't raise the money that I'm hoping to raise, what we are going to do is raise his self-confidence. We're going to raise his mind. We're going to elevate his mindset, and we're going to help him get through this one way or another. And so it's an honor. It's a real honor to work with the family, see how much impact the community is having on him. Because, man, this can happen to anybody. Poor kid suffered from an aneurysm. There was no sign that it was going to happen. No medical conditions leading to it that we know of. It just happened. And so to see the community coming together, this is so cool. So follow me on my self-improvement page, Finding the Perfect You. We've got a live event there scheduled. And click on it, join us. You don't necessarily have to give money, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to be doing some magic. I'll be hosting it, working on getting some bands to come in, hopefully maybe a stand-up comedian, something like that. So if you would like to donate your talents, your services, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. We could definitely use the donations, because what I'm thinking actually is I'm thinking that we're going to be making some food as well at this event. So we can use all the donations we can to help get this thing going. So if you're interested in that, send me a DM. Other than that, I appreciate all of you following me, all of your support. The growth on my page has been crazy and extremely humbling. I'm going to start doing these broadcasts in the morning so that I try not to work 16, 17-hour days doing these things late at night. And that's about all I had to say today is go out and help somebody else heal. Go out and help somebody else through their traumas, help them raise their mindset, and I guarantee you're going to get some healing in return. Until next time, bye everybody.